Hello, hackers, and welcome back. So, it seems like there was a lot of confusion over the group work, and that's okay. I expected it to be confusing this time. But once we get the hang of it and we go through the group work next time, it'll just be that much easier. I noticed that out of the two groups that uploaded word clouds, instead of uploading one big word cloud, several people uploaded word clouds. What we're looking for is one word cloud per group, taking all of those craft features, or what I call common codes, what are really expectations of a genre, and creating that word cloud. So what I did is I picked two word clouds out of each group that I thought really illustrated what a good narrative could be, the components of a good narrative, but also the components of a good digital literacy narrative. So for group one, you can see this word cloud here has a lot of good components for what will make a good digital literacy narrative. Theme is one, right? We need to focus on the theme. Conflict is a big one. Characters, literacy, and dialogue are larger than the other terms here, and I think that's appropriate because characters and dialogue, based on our examples at least, are expectations, something we can expect from this genre of a digital literacy narrative. And so those are good to focus on, but also climax, imagery, plot. These are all things that you'll want to focus on while creating your own digital literacy narrative. Now, some of them might be, you might focus on some of them more than others, but these are all expectations of the genre of a digital literacy narrative. So I picked this word cloud out of group one, but again, the goal for next time is to create a word cloud for the whole group. Let's take a look at the word cloud for group number two. This is, again, group number two uploaded several different word clouds, but I picked this one because I think it illustrates visually what we can expect from the genre of a digital literacy narrative. So for this one in group two, theme, characters, mood, and expectation are all large. Expectation, I would say, is, and expectations are what all of these things are, but theme, character, and mood are the largest craft features or common codes or expectations of this genre. So it looks like whoever made this word cloud, the group that made this word cloud, is focused more heavily on those three craft features or characteristics. But we also have important and other important elements like metaphors, dialogue again, imagery, conflict. And so these two word clouds are good representations of what we can expect when we're working in this genre. Like I sent in that email, what we can expect if we come across another example of the genre. Even without reading it, we know what we can expect. We can expect to see characters, dialogue, theme, and all of this stuff. So good job working on these word clouds, even though we didn't quite make a word cloud for the whole group. We're going to try to do that next time. If you were confused and you weren't able to contribute to the group work, you can still do so. What I'd like you to do is take a look at the group and maybe mention an expectation that you think is important or that you think should have been bigger in one of the word clouds. And then just email me after that, and I'll make sure and give you the points for the group work. So why are we making these word clouds? Well, for two reasons. One is that we can have a visualization of what we're trying to get at when we create our own digital literacy narratives. The other thing is to kind of come to some type of consensus about what a digital literacy narrative is and what should be expected. Again, these common codes are just what we can expect from a particular genre. And now you might be thinking to yourself, well, we all read the same stories. How did we come up with wildly different genre maps for these stories with the word clouds? And I would say that really, it comes down to interpretation. When you're reading these stories and thinking about needing to create your own version of a digital literacy narrative, you might be focusing on different parts of the stories than other people, right? You might be more concerned with dialogue and conflict, where other people might be concerned with character and other aspects. And so we can look at the same stories and come away with different ideas about what makes those stories good. Because these expectations are not the reason that I kind of avoid the term fundamental building blocks, right, is because these codes, these common codes, are generic expectations. Or another way to think about them is they're social codes, and that means that they're open for interpretation depending on how you're coming to the text. So what I want you to do is use the codes that you think work best for you. So look over all of these word clouds. Use the codes that you think would be best for you. And next time we make these word clouds, I want to make sure that we get all the raw data in. I only got raw data from 2 groups, so I wasn't able to make a class-wide word cloud. But next time, if we can get raw data from all the groups, then I can combine them all and we can make a super word cloud so that we kind of have an idea of what the class is expecting. So for next week, you're going to use those codes that work best, and you're going to free write and then finally submit your rough draft. So in the free write, due by Wednesday, you just want to use as many common codes as you think are needed to show the event that happened where you struggled with digital technology. Showing is different than just telling, right? There is some telling or narration, but really you want to show through dialogue, through describing perhaps the technology or the situation or the setting, or all three. And then you're going to use that free write and you're going to expand upon it to have your rough draft uploaded Sunday by midnight. Your rough draft is only going to need to be 500 words, but remember, that's only part of the final. The final essay blog should be about 750 words minimum. But you only have to upload 500 by Sunday at midnight. This will give us a chance to peer review the week after. So, a couple of things that I want to mention. To get your group work points, to get points for the group work, make sure to fill out the form that I have on the learning module to report on how your group interacted. Why is this important? Well, a little bit of foreshadowing. For next unit, we're going to focus on how digital communities interact. And these groups are small digital communities, or they're potential digital communities. So I want you to make sure and fill that form out so that I can give you those points for the group work. All right. So for this coming week, you're going to do your free write, where you show me what happened in that event where you struggled with digital technology or perhaps excelled. And then we're going to submit your 500-word draft Sunday by midnight. Make sure that you submit your draft to the blog tool in the group. So make sure you're going to your group, clicking on the blog tool, and uploading it there. Why is that important? Because it'll give you a chance to play with the blog formatting and make it look correct before you have to upload the final. And then you can just respond to each other's blogs when we do the peer review. As far as the free write goes, I put this in the instructions, but this will be just on a discussion board, right? But try to respond to people who are outside of your group, because that'll give you a little bit more perspective, get a few more eyes on that early draft before you turn in your rough draft Sunday at midnight. All right, hackers, I hope you have a good week online. I hope everyone has a good time. I hope to see everyone or questions. Online. Feel free to shoot me an email. You could jump on Discord and chat with me there.